Jay here. Welcome to Intermediate Guitar Chapter 21. Okay, we're going to keep exploring our major 7 chords and minor 7 chords. Today we're going to look at the key of E major and C sharp minor. I want to point out that C sharp minor is the relative minor to the key of E major and vice versa. Okay, let's go ahead and look at some E major 7 chords. We're going to start off with the bar chord off of the 5th string. So I've got my index finger on the 7th fret 5th string, ring fingers on the 9th fret 4th string, middle fingers on the 8th fret 3rd string, pinky's got the 9th fret 2nd string, and then barring to get the 7th fret with my index finger, and then you can have your open 6th string if you like, since we're in the key of E. Okay, now let's do the one where our index is gonna bar for this one. So I'm gonna grab the note E with my pinky now. So my pinky's on the 7th fret 5th string, ring finger's got the 6th fret 4th string, and then barring to get the 4th frets on the first 3 strings with my index. Okay, the next one's going to be open position, E major 7. So for this one, I've got my open E string, ring fingers on the 2nd fret 5th string, index fingers on the 1st fret 4th string, and then middle fingers on the 1st fret 3rd string, open 1st and 2nd string. Okay, one more E major 7. This is going to be the one where our root's on the 4th string. So I've got my index finger is going to bar and get my 2nd frets on the 5th and 4th string, and then my ring finger is going to bar and get the 4th frets on the first 3 strings, and then you could have your open E string. And you could also just start this one from your 4th string if you like to. Okay, for C sharp minor 7, we're going to start off with our 5th string shape. This is going to be based off of your 4th fret with your index on the 5th string. Ring finger's got the 6th fret on the 4th string, barring to get the 4th fret on the 3rd string with my index. Middle finger's got the 5th fret 2nd string, and then index has got the 1st string on the 4th fret, barring, and then make a little contact and you can mute your low 6th string. And you can also just think a minor bar chord without your pinky. Okay, let's take it up to our 9th position on the low 6th string. I've got my index finger on the 9th fret 6th string, ring fingers on the 11th fret 5th string, and then barring to get the 9th frets on the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. Again, it's just like a minor bar chord without your pinky. And you can support your index finger with laying your middle finger on it if you like. Okay, the next one's going to be the same basic chord, but different way to play it. And this is another cool way to play your minor 7 chords. I'm going to have my middle finger get the root. So I've got my middle finger on the 9th fret 6th string. I'm going to skip the 5th string and just mute it with my middle, and then ring finger bars to get the 9th frets on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. And then you could just mute and cut it off on your 2nd string. Okay, the last one's going to be the D string root minor 7 shape. So I've got my index finger on the 11th fret 4th string, pinky's on the 13th fret 3rd string, middle's on the 12th fret 2nd string, and then ring fingers on the 12th fret 1st string. And then just avoid your 2 low strings. This chapter's strum pattern is going to feature some 8th notes and 16th notes. When you see the box without a bottom, that's a down strum, and an arrow pointing down is an up strum. Okay, we're going to have 8th notes on beat 1 and 4. For your 8th notes, you could just do 2 down strums. For beats 2 and 3, we're going to have 16th notes. I'm going to recommend a down, up for that. And we're going to let the last 16th note of beat 2, the linger through the downbeat of beat 3. So keep your strumming going. Just don't make contact with the guitar for the down strum on beat 3 at the very beginning of that beat, and then resume your notes once you go to your E and A with the up, down, up. Okay, now here's the pattern without a chord. 1 and 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4, and 1 and 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just be playing each of these one time, but I recommend repeat them all 8 to 12 times and check out your different tempos, slow, medium, and fast. Okay, grab your E major 7 and let's do 4 bars with that pattern. 1 and 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4, and... metronome, I'm going to have my click at 60 beats a minute, and here's number 1 with the click. 1, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. Okay, for number 2, we're going to do 4 bars with the C sharp minor 7. 1, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. For number 3, we're going to go 4 bars of E major 7 into 4 bars of C sharp minor 7. Here we go. 1 and 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. For number 4, we're going to go 2 bars of E major 7 into 2 bars of C sharp minor 7. 1 and 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. Here's number 4 a little faster. 1, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. For number 5, we're going to go 1 bar of E major 7 into 1 bar of C sharp minor 7, and then repeat that again for bars 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 and. Okay, for the next numbers, we're going to bring in some chords from previous chapters and incorporate some rhythms that we've talked about. For number 6, we're going to start off with E major 7, normal pattern for bar 1. On bar 2, we're going to have a half note. That's a chord lasting for 2 beats, and then a half note rest where we won't play anything for beats 3 and 4. On bar 3, we're going to switch to a D major 7 chord, but we're going to have a half note rest for the first 2 beats, and then we'll play a half note for beats 3 and 4. And on bar 4, we'll have our normal pattern. Okay, for your D major 7, I'm just doing the same shape we did for E, but now I'm based off of my 5th fret on the 5th string with my index, ring fingers on the 7th fret 4th string, middle's got the 6th fret 3rd string, pinky's got the 7th fret 2nd string, and then barring to get the 5th fret on the 1st string with my index, make some contact and mute your low 6th string. Okay, here comes number 6. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 and. 2, rest, 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 4. Okay, for number 7, we're going to start off with the C sharp minor 7, but we're going to have a whole note rest for bar 1, so we won't play anything for that first bar, and then we'll have a whole note on bar 2, that's a chord lasting for 4 beats. We'll switch it to a C major 7 on bar 3, and we'll have our normal pattern for bars 3 and 4. For your C major 7, I'm just going to be doing my 5th string major 7 shape. So same chord we did for our E major, but now we're off of our 3rd fret with our index finger on the 5th string, ring fingers on the 5th fret 4th string, middle finger's got the 4th fret 3rd string, pinky has the 5th fret 2nd string, and then barring to get the 3rd fret with your index on the 1st string, and then mute and make a little contact with your low 6th string. Okay, here comes number 7. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 and rest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do an 8-bar progression for number 8. We're going to start off with an E major 7, normal pattern on bar 1, but a quarter note rest on beat 3. normal pattern on bar 2. We'll switch it to an A major 7 on bar 3 with normal pattern but a quarter note rest on beat 1. Bar 4 is normal pattern. Switch it to a B7 on bar 5, normal pattern with a quarter note rest on beat 2, and then normal pattern for bar 6. On bar 7, we'll switch to an A minor 7, normal pattern with a quarter note rest on beat 4, and then bar 8 is normal pattern. Your A major 7, I'm going to be doing the 6th string shape, so I've got my index finger on the 5th fret 6th string, skipping the 5th string, ring finger's got the 6th fret on the 4th string, pinky's got the 6th fret 3rd string, middle finger's got the 5th fret on the 2nd string, and then you can just cut it off right there and avoid your 1st string, and then mute your 5th string with your index. For B7, I'm just going to be doing my 6th string bar chord for this one, so it's basically a major bar chord without your pinky. So I've got my index finger on the 7th fret 6th string, ring fingers on the 9th fret 5th string, barring to get the 7th fret with my index on the 4th string, middle finger's got the 8th fret 3rd string, and then barring to get the 7th frets on the first 2 strings with my index. And then for A minor 7, I'm just going to be doing my minor 7 shape off of the low 6th string. I've got my index finger on the 5th fret 6th string, ring finger's got the 7th fret 5th string, and then barring to get my 5th frets on the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. Okay, I'm going to do number 8 with a click. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 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 Okay, for number 9, we're going to start off with the C sharp minor 7. We'll have our normal pattern for just the first 2 beats, and this time the tied 16th note on the of beat 2 is going to be tied to a half note, which is then tied to a dotted half note. So that last 16th note of beat 2 will be tied to a half note to get us through bar 1. That's going to be lingering through the beats 3 and 4, and then just keep that chord lingering all the way through the first 3 beats of bar 2. We'll have a quarter note rest on beat 4. When we go to bar 3, we'll switch it to an F sharp minor 7, normal pattern, and then a whole note rest on the last bar where we won't play anything. For your F sharp minor 7, I'm just doing my 6th string minor 7 bar chord. So I've got my index finger, 2nd fret 6th string, ring fingers on the 4th fret 5th string, and then barring to get my 2nd frets on the first 4 strings, all with my index. Okay, here comes number 9. 1 and 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, rest. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for this chapter scales, we're going to talk about a couple cool modes. We're going to talk about Lydian and Dorian. Okay, now at this point we've talked about a lot of major and minor scales, and we've been connecting our positions through the whole neck using some of our relative majors and minors concepts. Okay, now this is going to be a couple different scales that are great options to play over major 7 chords, major chords, and also minor chords and minor 7 chords. So a Lydian scale is going to basically be a major scale with a sharp 4. And I learned about this particular scale or mode in college while I was studying jazz, and I like it a lot. It's got a that one note that's different, definitely has some personality to it, and it kind of grows on you. So as we learn Lydian, I also want to point out that Lydian's based off of the 4th note of the major scale. So when we play our E Lydian, we're basically playing B major because E is the 4th note of the B major scale. Okay, so let's go ahead and do E Lydian in open position. First of all, let's acknowledge our notes. It's an E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, leading us back to E. And I just want to point out that normally we would have an A natural in the key of E major, but we made it into an A sharp, and that is our sharp 4. And the sharp 4 is also called a sharp 11 when it's up an octave. Okay, so let's go ahead and play the scale. We're going to go open 2, 4 on the low 6th string, 1, 2, 4 on your 5th string, 1, 2, 4 on your 4th string, 1 to 3 on your 3rd string, open 2, 4 on your 2nd string. Now once we go to our open first string, that's our second E octave, and we're going to climb up 2 more notes. We'll go 2 to 4. Coming back down, 2 to open. Second string's a 4 to open. Third string is a 3 to 1. Fourth string is a 4 to 1. Fifth string is a 4 to 1. And then sixth string is a 4 to open. Okay, now I always recommend to play the 4 basic rhythms: quarter notes, eighth note triplets, and 16th notes. So I'm going to go ahead and do some quarter notes, just 1 on each note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to introduce a cool rhythm for these last 4 chapters. We're going to be playing some quintuplets. So that's going to be 5 notes on 1 beat. Now you have the option, you could pick them all down, or you could do alternate picking. I just want to point out, like our triplets and any odd number, when we're doing our alternate picking, it's going to flip on each beat. So if I go down, up, down, my next beat's going to be an up, down, up. Okay, let's go ahead and try the E Lydian scale with quintuplets. We'll do 5 on each note. Okay, now the quintuplet is an interesting rhythm for sure. Anytime we're dealing with 5s and 7s, it's going to be a little different at first. Now you can think of 4 notes as our 16th notes. We're just going to squeeze 1 more note in. But let's just have a slow click. I got my metronome at 50 and just I'm going to count out some quintuplets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate the E Lydian scale 1 octave with quintuplets, and I'm going to use my metronome. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, for number 3 and 4, we're going to do some groups of 5. Okay, now we've done some groups of 3 and groups of 4. So at this point, we're going to go up 5 notes, and then we're going to backtrack 4 notes, and then go up another 5 and repeat from there. Okay, now it's only going to take us 4 groups of 5 to get up to our octave, and then I'm also going to recommend to take it up 2 octaves. Okay, here's the first group of 5. I'm going to backtrack, starting on my 2nd fret. Backtrack, starting on my 4th fret on the 6th string. And then the last group of 5, that'll take me up to my 1st octave right there. Okay, now I'm going to just play these in succession. 3, 4. Okay, now here's my groups of 5 going up the full 2 octaves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now here's descending groups of 5, 1 octave. Now here's descending groups of 5, the full 2 octaves. 3, 4. Okay, for numbers 5 and 6, we're going to do fifths. So we're going to jump up an interval of a fifth, and then we're going to backtrack down a 4th, go to the next note of the scale, and jump up a 5th from there. So let's go ahead and look at what our fifths are going to look like. For your first one, it's going to be your open 6th string, and we're going to jump up to our 2nd fret on the A string. So that's my 5th note of the scale, doing a big interval leap right there. The next one's going to be your 2nd fret on the 6th string, jumping up to the 4th fret on your 5th string. When I go to my 4th fret on the 6th string, for this 5th, I'm going to jump up to my 1st fret on the 4th string, and then I'm going to go into my 1st fret on the 5th string, jumping up a 5th to my 2nd fret on the 4th string, and then we're going to just keep repeating that pattern, 2nd fret, 5th string, jumping up to the 4th fret on the 4th string. Okay, now sometimes our 5ths are going to be skipping a string as we jump up to those higher intervals, because as we're staying in one position, that's going to be some of these concepts. Okay, here comes 5ths for the full 2 octaves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here come descending 5ths for the full 2 octave. 3, 4. Okay, for part 2 of our scales, we're going to look at the C-sharp Dorian scale. Now, Dorian's a really cool minor scale. There's a bunch of minor scales. You've got your regular minor or the Aeolian scale. That's our pure minor we've talked about in this book. There's also Dorian. There's also harmonic minor, melodic minor, minor pentatonic. So get to know all your minor scales, and some of these are really good options for your minor chords and playing in minor keys. I really like Dorian scale a lot. It's built off of the 2nd mode of the major scale. So when we play C-sharp Dorian, we're actually playing the notes of our B major scale. Okay, and we could also think of a Dorian scale as a minor scale. The difference of the pure minor scale or the regular minor scale or Aeolian, it's got a bunch of names, is we're gonna have a natural 6th in this scale. So it's a great extension if you're ever playing over minor 6 chords. If you want to get a little jazzier vibe, Dorian works out really good. Okay, let's talk about our notes. We're going to have a C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, and then back to a C sharp. And let's go ahead and get 3 lead up notes. We're going to be going 4, 6, 7 on our 6th string. Okay, now it's going to take us to our 4th fret on the 5th string. That's our note C sharp. From here, we're going to go 4, 6, 7. 4th string is a 4, 6. On your 3rd string, we're going to go 3, 4, 6. Here's our first C sharp octave right there. Okay, 2nd string, we're going to go 4, 5, 7. And then on our 1st string, we're going to go 4, 6, 7, 9. And that 9th fret is our 2nd octave C sharp. Okay, taking it back down, we'll go 7, 6, 4. 2nd string is a 7, 5, 4. 3rd string is a 6, 4, 3. 4th string is a 4 to 6. 5th string is a 7, 6, 4. And that takes us down to our C sharp. If we want to go all the way down, we'll go 7, 6 to 4 on the 6th string. Okay, I'm going to bypass the other rhythms. I'm just going to do quarter notes, but definitely I recommend hit those other rhythms too. So here comes, we're starting on a C sharp, the C sharp Dorian scale with quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for number 2, we're going to do our quintuplet rhythm. This is 1 octave with quintuplets. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, for numbers 3 and 4, we're going to go into groups of 5. Here comes number 3. This is 1 octave for our C sharp Dorian. Okay, now here's 2 octaves with our C sharp Dorian, groups of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. here's groups of 5 descending 1 octave. 3, 4. Okay, here's groups of 5 descending 2 octaves. 3, 4. Okay, for number 5 and 6, we're going to go into our interval leaps of fifths. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's descending. 3, 4. Okay, now I always recommend to improvise and jam on your chords and your scales. I'm going to play some open position E major 7 chords and then jam on my E Lydian scale. Here's some chords. Some scales. Hopefully you can kind of hear the vibe of the Lydian scale there. It's got a little extra personality in there. Okay, now I'm going to jam on a C sharp minor 7 and try some C sharp Dorian scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some chords. Some scales. Practicing chords. A little more scale. Okay, for this chapter's study, we're going to talk about bends, and this is part 3 of our bend study that we've been doing throughout the book. So at this point, we've learned lots of different techniques with our bends, how to do bends, bends releases, bend release into pull-offs, holding bends, pre-bends, and other things too. So for today, what we're going to do is we're going to learn a scale in position lower on the neck, and then we're going to play some licks with bends and pull-offs and hammer-ons and different techniques. And then we're going to do the same lick up an octave, and we're just going to do the same shape, but going to show how the guitar basically repeats at your 12th fret. And what was done in sometimes open position is really great up in your 12th position, and we'll even climb up a little bit further too. Okay, now I'll be playing these licks a couple times each, but I definitely recommend repeat them a bunch, get inside of them. Okay, now first step is just play that scale up and down. Okay, now we're going to play the same scale up on your 12th position. So your open string to 3 is going to be the same. We're going to play the same scale up on your 12th position. So your open string to 3 is going to be the same notes as your 12 to 15 on your 6th string, but it's going to be up an octave. Okay, now from here we'll go 12, 14 on your 5th string, 12, 14, 4th string, 12, 14, 3rd string, 12, 15, 2nd string, 12, 15, 1st string. Number 2A, let's do a lick in our open position. We're gonna start off on our 2nd fret 4th string. We'll have a hammer-on, open to 2 on the 3rd string. Open 2nd string into a full step bend, release into an open 2nd string. Okay, now here is the same lick up an octave. Okay, now if I start on my 14th fret on the 4th string, I'll do my hammer-on 12 to 14 on my 3rd string. I'm gonna have my 12th fret on the 2nd string. And now here's my bend on my 15th fret, full step to a release, and then back to my 12th fret on the 2nd string. Okay, here's B. Okay, now here's these 2 licks back to back. So I recommend repeat all these on their own and then also repeat them as a 2-bar phrase too. Okay, for number 3A, we're gonna do our 2nd fret on the 3rd string. We're gonna bend this one up 3 times a full step. You could bend with your index. I usually bend with my middle with 1 support finger. So this will be 3 bends. Now, on the 3rd one, we're gonna bend, release into a pull off. So when you see that note in parentheses, it means we're bending, releasing it without picking it once it's released, and then we'll pull off from there. So here's number 3A. Okay, now here's the same lick up an octave. We're gonna be on our 14th fret on the 3rd string. And that pull off is gonna be 14 to 12. And here's the 2 licks together. Okay, for number 4, we're gonna start off open 3 as a hammer-on our 2nd string, open 1st string. Now we're gonna do a bend release to a pull off on the 3rd fret, and that's gonna be a full step. Okay, now here it is up an octave. We're gonna start off 12 to 15 on the 2nd string. As a hammer-on, go up to your 12th fret on the 1st string. Now here's our bend, release to pull off. And here it is together. And then here's the 2 licks together. Okay, for number 5, we're gonna start off with a pre-bend to a release on our 3rd fret, 2nd string. And then just hitting an open 2nd string. And then same concept on our 2nd fret, 3rd string, pre-bend, release to an open string. Here's this one. Okay, now here it is up an octave. I'm gonna have a pre-bend on my 15th fret, 2nd string, releasing it to my 12th fret on the same string, and now 14th fret, 3rd string, pre-bend, release, back to my 12th fret on the same string. Okay, here's this one. And here's the 2 together. Okay, for number 6, now we're gonna look at E major pentatonic. Here's the scale up and down, 3, 4. That scale up and down, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to get inside and do some major pentatonic bendies. Okay, first one for number 7A, we're going to do a pull off, 2 to open on the 1st string, and then 2 to open just regular fretted on your 2nd string, and then we're going to bend full step on your 2nd fret, 1st string. Okay, now here's this lick. Okay, now here it is up an octave. I'm going to do a pull off 14 to 12 on the 1st string, and then 14 to 12 normal on the 2nd string, and then I'm going to do a full step bend, 14th fret, 1st string. Here we go. Okay, now here's the 2 licks back to back. Okay, for number 8A, we're gonna do a little bit lower bends, hit some of our lower strings. Okay, we're gonna start off with the 2 to 4 hammer-on the 5th string, 2nd fret on the 4th string, backtrack to your 4th fret 5th string. Now we're gonna do a full step bend on the 4th fret 4th string. You can bend it up or down. I might bend it down, and then releasing to your 2nd fret 4th string, and then put a little vibrato on it. Okay, here's 8A. Okay, now here's the same lick up an octave. We're gonna go hammer on 14 to 16 on the 5th fret, 14th fret 4th string, backtrack to your 16th fret 5th string, and now here's your bendy. It's gonna be 16th fret full step, and then back to your 14th fret with a little vibrato. Okay, here's B. Okay, now here's the 2 licks back to back. Okay, for number 9, we're gonna start off with 4 to 2 on our 4th string. Okay, now with your index finger, grab the 1st fret on the 3rd string, and we're gonna do a bend release, just a half step. And then back to our 2nd fret on the 4th string. 9A. Okay, now up an octave, we're gonna go 16 to 14, 4th string, 13th fret, I'm just grabbing with my index, bend, release, half step, and then back to my 14th fret, 4th string. Here we go. Okay, here they are back to back. For number 10A, I'm gonna start off with 2 full step bends on my 2nd fret 1st string. I'm going to do a bend, release to pull off, and then ending on the 2nd fret 2nd string. Here we go. Okay, now here it is up an octave. I'm on my 14th fret on the 1st string, and then I'm going to do a bend, release, pull off to my 12th fret, ending on the 14th fret 2nd string. Here we go. Okay, here they are back to back. Okay, for part 2 of the study, now we're going to look at G minor pentatonic and G major pentatonic. We're going to play some licks and play them up another 2nd octave. Okay, here's that scale up and down. 3, 4. Okay, here's that scale up and down. 3, 4. Go ahead and start doing some licks and bends. For number 2A, we're going to start off with a full step bend on the 3rd string 5th fret. I'm going to use my ring finger. It's going to be a bend, release, pull off back to our 3rd fret. Now I'm going to go to my 5th fret on the 4th string, and then go back to my 3rd fret 3rd string with a half step bend, and then resolving back to my 5th fret on the 4th string. And then for that 3rd fret bendy, I am bending it down to kind of keep my ring finger ready to go. So here's number 2. Okay, now here it is up an octave. I'm going to be bending my 17th fret, bend, release, pulling it off to my 15th fret. Now go to my 17th fret 4th string. I'm going to go back to my 3rd string 15th fret with a half step bend, and then back to my 17th fret on the 4th string. Okay, here it is up an octave. This is B. And here's the 2 licks back to back. For number 3A, we're going to start off with a 6th fret bend on the 2nd string, a full step. We'll go to our 3rd fret on the 1st string, 6-3 on the 2nd string, and now we'll do a pull off 5 to 3 on the 3rd string, and then resolving on our 5th fret on the 4th string. Okay, here's number 3. Okay, now here is the same lick up an octave. We're going to bend our 18th fret on the 2nd string a full step, up to our 15th fret on the 1st string. We'll go 18 to 15 on the 2nd string, pull off 17 to 15 3rd string, and then resolving on the 17th fret 4th string. And then here's the 2 licks back to back. Okay, for number 4A, we're going to do a double stop bend. I'm going to have a unison note, my 3rd fret on the 2nd string held with my index, and then with my ring finger, I'm going to bend the 5th fret on the 3rd string to match that pitch. Okay, now I'm going to do 3 of these bends, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm just going to resolve it to my 3rd fret on the 1st string, and I'm going to put some vibrato on it. Okay, here's number 4. Okay, now here it is up an octave. I'm going to be bending my 17th fret on the 3rd string, holding the 15th fret on the 2nd string, and then hitting my last note on the 17th fret 1st string. Okay, here they are back to back. Okay, let's keep it going. For number 5A, we're going to do a 6th fret bend on the 1st string. We're going to hold that bend, hit that note twice, and then we're going to hit it one more time while it's bent, and then we're going to release that bend. So it's going to be like this, bend it, hit it twice, and then on the 4th hit, we'll resolve that one, and then ending on your 3rd fret 2nd string. Okay, here's A. Okay, now here it is up an octave. We're going to be bending our 18th fret on the 1st string, then release, and then resolving on our 15th fret 2nd string. Okay, here they are back to back. Okay, let's keep it going. For number 6, now we're going to look at the G major pentatonics. Here's that scale up and down. 3, 4. Okay, here's that scale up and down. 3, 4. Okay, let's go ahead and get inside of it. Okay, for number 7A, we're going to do a hammer-on from 2 to 4 on the 3rd string, hammer-on from 3 to 5 on your 2nd string, and on your 1st string we'll go 3, and then 5th fret we'll bend it up a full step. So it's kind of a run approach. Okay, now up an octave, we're going to hammer on from our 14 to 16 3rd string. 2nd string is a 15 to 17 hammer-on. And then on the 1st string, we'll go 15, and then bend our 17th fret a full step. Here we go. And then here's the 2 licks back to back. Okay, for number 8A, we're going to start off with a bend. We're going to bend our 3rd fret 2nd string a full step, hit it normal, pull off from 4 to 2 on the 3rd string, and then resolving on our 5th fret 4th string. Okay, here we go. Okay, now here's the same lick up an octave. We're going to bend our 15th fret a full step, hit it normal, pull off as your 16, 14 on the 3rd string, and then resolving 17th fret 4th string. Here we go. Here's the 2 licks back to back. Okay, for number 9, we're going to start off 2 to 5 on the 5th string. Then we're going to go 2 to 5 and bend our 5th fret on the 4th string with the release. And then back to our 2nd fret 4th string with some vibrato. Okay, here we go. Okay, now here it is up an octave. We're going to start off 14 to 17 5th string. Then we'll go 14 on your 4th string. We're going to do bend release on our 17th fret. And then back to our 14th fret on the 4th string. Here we go. Okay, here they are back to back. Okay, for number 10A, we're going to do a lower bend. We're going to do a bend release to a pull off on the 5th fret 6th string, and that'll be releasing to our 3rd fret for the pull off. That's the first part, and then just a pull off from 5 to 3 for the last part. Here we go. Okay, now here's the same lick up an octave. We're going to bend our 17th fret on the 6th string to pull off. It's a bend release to a pull off on the 15th fret, and then a pull off from 17 to 15. Here we go. And here they are back to back. Thank you so much for watching. I'll look forward to seeing you for chapter 22. Rock on.